What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. As you can see right here, there's been a little bit of a kerfuffle that's coming up in which ABC was basically mistakenly during a live broadcast was showcasing, as you can see right here, Kamala Harris to actually be taking victory over Donald Trump by 5 percentage points, saying that he's basically lost Pennsylvania 52 to 47%, and that he basically had lost by around 300,000 or so votes. And so people are absolutely in a frenzy as a result of it. Ironically enough, it's funny because in the 2020 race between Donald Trump and Biden, I believe that he only lost by a little bit over 1 percentage point. So, number one, if you think that Kamala Harris is actually going to win Pennsylvania after all of the flip-flopping, and I know that Pennsylvania is a swing state, but after all of the flip-flopping, if you think that that state is not going to absolutely be red, then you are severely mistaken. 100%. But that's not even what we're going to get to in a moment. We're going to get to that in a minute. The main thing is I cannot believe, and I truly, in my core, in my heart, believe that they are trying to steal this election. He is going to 100% mop the floor with her. I've said it from the beginning. It's a lot of people that's on the wrong side of history right now. I just seen LeBron James throw his hat into the ring. We're going to have that conversation tomorrow about how he is endorsing Kamala Harris for president of the United States of America. He's still leaning into the victim Olympics. We know that these people are on code. I can acknowledge LeBron James actually be a great basketball player, but a horrible, horrible person when it comes to speaking on issues as a part of the community and advocating for the things that's best for people as a whole in America. I think that he continues to push forward the narrative of being in the victim Olympics. I think he pushed forth the narrative of being divisive, and it's sickening. It's horrible. And to see this, we know that ballot boxes are being burned. We know that mail just mysteriously, absentee ballots and things like that just disappear and get dumped into the woods. We've seen election fraud and interference take place in Michigan and different states of people being arrested and stuff like that. And even more importantly, the biggest form of election interference is how Donald Trump has been being persecuted this entire time prior to him actually being able to receive the Republican nomination and running as a Republican nominee for president of the United States of America. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We've seen assassination attempts. We've seen and know that there's real evidence and proof and a fact that Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, Andre Dickens all met with the White House or the Department of Justice prior to filing charges against Trump down there in Fulton County, Georgia. We all know that it's a finesse. We all know that they want to win this election by any means necessary. And so as a result, Trump has to win 3 times. 3 times. Now I see people that are easily marketed to saying, I'd never vote for a felon. Cool. Then kick your daddy out the house. Kick your daddy out the house and tell him he no good for you, because I know that he a felon for the majority of the people that I didn't heard say that. And so we know that the finesse is on. We are going to 100% have to take it out of the hands of these people that are trying to finesse us. I remember when they was trying to remove him off the ballot, they were trying to say that we don't have a choice on who could be president of the United States of America in several states, and they were trying to remove him off the ballot, and it went up to the Supreme Court in some instances to where they had to make sure that we had a true, free, and fair election. In basketball, especially with the NBA, and I don't know how rigged it is. I'm pretty sure that it's pretty rigged because it's profits overall. But in basketball, a lot of times you say that, you fighting against the referees and you fighting against the other team, especially when they got home court advantage, and especially when you going to get up against a large market. You're going against the referees, and you're going against the team that you battling, and you're going against the fans. I remember the 04 Pistons. They tried not to give him a chance. Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups, Rich Hamilton. I think that team also had Mike James, Lindsey Hunter, Let's not forget Ben Wallace. And they wanted the Lakers to win so bad that the Pistons basically had to 100% destroy them and not even let it go down to the wire, because if it went down to the wire, then you're going to leave it in the hands of the referees. You're going to leave it in the hands of the NBA. But you had to make it so undisputed that it was no way for them to dispute whether or not you won this election. And this is why I think it's rolled to 100 million. Is rolled to 100 million votes, because we cannot, as voters, we know that the finesse is in, we've seen the evidence, and so we got to go ahead and show up and vote, and we can't just assume that Pennsylvania is going to be red. We can't assume that we done already turned Michigan. We can't assume that, oh, okay, this is what's happening. No, we got to show up to the polls. We got to be there until it closed. We can't wait. You know, a lot of people were proactive and they actually participated in the election process early. We got to follow up to make sure that our ballots is counted, especially these absentee ballots and stuff. And we can't leave it up to the officials. I voted early because I know that I travel a lot and I got to go back and forth and I don't know what my schedule can be. And so I wanted to make sure that I'm proactive in making my voice heard, especially now that I'm an informed voter. It would do me no good, especially when you're voting down ballot, especially when you participate in the local elections. It's a lot of things that we need to select. We need to select new judges. We need to make sure that we select Congress members, Senate, millages that's in your city and in your county and things like that. Community colleges, trustees for certain colleges, governors for certain colleges, chair people. All of these things need to make sure that we do our research and we participate. But more importantly, in a national election, we cannot let America fall into being so corrupt. Now, we know that corruption exists on all levels, but we can't allow for America to be so corrupt to where we now know that ABC almost got the fix in and we trying to figure out where it is and where it's connected at, and this is why we got independent people and independent people that's not paid by the establishment to give their honest and true opinion, like myself. And we're not dependent on these national networks because we don't trust them anymore. We don't trust anybody anymore. I don't trust what my eyes show me. I need proof of everything. And so they're trying to make it seem like, oh no, it's just a test. We was just doing a test and, it was during Formula One and it was a mistake and it's showing that it's a 52 to 47%. And we know for a fact that Trump absolutely mopped the floor with Biden. And think about this. Why would we go away from the thing that was benefiting us in order to go into the thing that we know is not best for us, especially knowing what we know, what happened during Trump's administration and what happened during the Biden-Harris administration? Why would we want another 3.5 years of what we've experienced? I'm not going for it. I'm remaining vigilant, and we got to take it out of the hands of them, and we got to make sure that we overwhelmingly turn out so much that it's not even a question. It's not even a question to who won the election. And that way, we can go ahead and get straight to business, get back to the money, get out of these proxy wars, get these gang members deported, and take care of business. That's what I'm on. What you on? I don't trust these people, and I think that they absolutely finessing us. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. And then come and kick it with me in Atlanta this weekend. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Detroit, December 14th. It's going to be lit. I'm curious as to what y'all think inside of the comments. Do you think they trying to finesse their way into an election or into a victory on the Democratic side, or do you think that it's going to be a free and fair election? And how come whenever they doing this testing is never on the flip side, this alleged testing? I'm not going for it. Let's take it out of the hands of them that's went overwhelmingly. Over 100 million people. We need to have them running it up, take care of business. I love you. I appreciate you. I can't wait to read y'all comments. I'm out.